It's kind of hard without my co-star, nobody recording me or nothing, and because I have another project going on. So we're gonna have our pork shoulder right here and slab of pork belly right there, and that's gonna be a little bit different thing. I'm gonna close it, so well, I'm gonna take a picture first of the projects. Okay, here goes picture. Now we're gonna close it and we're gonna leave it. And the idea is because I'm from Russia, and well, it's not really Russian dish, but it's Ukrainian dish, and because our countries always was close together, of course we share a lot of culture, and we share a lot of recipes and cooking stuff, cooking and eating habits, let me put it that way. So yes, I'm gonna make pork belly because it's the best cut I can use for what called Salo, which is really pork fat. The wider piece is, the more fat in it, the better it is. But here in America, you not really can find cut like that. It's always have a little bit of meat, like layers of meat, and they're pretty much the cut you use for bacon and stuff. But it's close enough. So I got big chunk of that pork belly. One, I'm just gonna put salt on it and basically cure it. And this piece, I'm gonna smoke it a little bit and then cure it. So it's gonna be like Salo, smoked Salo. Still will be good. While I'm yapping, oh, the gladiolus is back. It was here last year and now it's came back again. I don't know if you can see because I have sun in my face. Yeah, there it is. And lilies. It's pretty. Very, very, very pretty. So that's gonna be a project. I'm gonna smoke that pork belly a little bit, then I'm gonna put spices, which is pretty much salt and a little bit curing salt on it. Maybe, I don't know, we will see. I kind of have the recipe, I just need to refresh it, but it's basically salt and pepper. And then we're gonna let it sit for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna sous vide it on very, very low temperature so it's nice and tender. And because it's like 7:30, 8 in the morning, of course, so I got my tea going, I got my book. The lighter is for the smoker. I don't smoke myself, I just smoke meats. And I'm gonna go grab my cup of tea and come back and sit here till it gets hot, and then I'm just gonna do short runs to the smoker because today's supposed to be like over 100 degrees temperature. So it's why I started so early, and it's why I want to sit and enjoy myself for a little bit. Just read a book, drink tea, cup of tea. Well, it's adult beverage too in the morning, so that will work. I have 2 projects going on. Everything is coming up, and I will update on everything, how it's going. All right, that's how we're looking right now. Pork, it's been only about 2 hours, and this, it looks good, so I'm gonna take it off. Like I said, I don't have my helper, so I'm gonna take it off. And so this was cooking for about hour and a half, 2 hours, but because the way it looks, I think I don't need no more smoke on it, because like I said, there will be more stuff done to it. And I'm gonna finish for right now because I need both hands. All right, so that's how it looks right now. And I'm gonna let it cool. I'm gonna go put it somewhere to cool right now, and we're gonna have more stuff done to it later when it's completely cold. All right, so continue on the pork belly, which we're gonna make Salo. So this was the piece which I smoked. I smoked it for about maybe 2 hours on the coldest area I can find. So it has nice smoky flavor, but it's completely raw because I need it raw, but just a little smoky. Now that's my mixture of salt. I'm gonna go to that in a second. And that's my other pork belly right here, which we're gonna just use the salt mixture. So what I have in here, I'm gonna like eyeball it for when I season it, but you do want to season it pretty generously to get everything on. And the mixture right here is gonna be the curing salt. It's that curing powder number 1, and I use like 1 teaspoon. I use 2 tablespoons of kosher salt and 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and garlic powder. I used 1 teaspoon. Yes, I will write it down too. So that curing salt, you really don't want to put too much in it, but just put regular salt in it. And curing just, it goes, I think it goes like 2 tablespoons per 10 pound of meat. So you kind of have to watch it. I already did this ratio before. Well, doing great, you know, because the curing salt is kind of has nitrates. I don't know, I can't say the word. Anyway, but that's how I do this mixture, so that way it's not too much pink pure salt in it, and you know, we all can be safe. So that's the only thing with that pork. Now I'm gonna season it really very generously. If I run out, I'm just gonna mix me another batch of that. And I'm gonna put everything in vacuum bags. Then I'm gonna seal it in my vac master. Yeah, I love that thing. So I'm just gonna do it in this. I'm gonna vacuum everything in this. And we're cooking today, so it's a little stuff in the kitchen. Cooking all day today. And like I said, I'm gonna put it in a vacuum bags, seal it, and with all this salt, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator and leave it there for 10 to 14 days. And yes, every couple of days I will go and flip them so that my juices and everything runs evenly. It's kind of, you know, goes up and down and up and down, and that way it works. And but yeah, about 10 to 14 days usually gives enough. And next step, we're gonna talk about it in about 10 to 14 days. Well, as soon as I'll have time off, we're gonna work on finishing it up, but I'm gonna show it when it's all vacuum seal and how it looks, and show all of that in a little bit. All right, so here's my pork belly. I put seasoning. Actually, I had just right amount of salt. So those are smoked. Those are not really good Ukrainian Salo, supposed to be white like this, but like I said, you can't find it in America really. So we do using the pork belly just like that. And here, let's go with salt. And this piece I smoked it a little bit, like I said, just because it has a little bit more meat. So I'm like, it's too much meat really, but can't find anything better. It will be great for bacon, but it's too much for the Salo, really. Too much meat for Salo. So anyway, now I'm gonna put it in a vacuum bags and seal it all. On them, which one smoked, which one not, because I might forget. You'll never know. And then we're gonna continue. Because I love my vacuum sealer. Actually, it has a name. His name is Darth Vader because the way he breathes. So, but I'm gonna show you how it works. So here's my my pork belly with seasoning and everything. Now I have to lay it down to this heating element right here to make sure it's all nice and straight. Of course, because I use it, so my settings already all done. Now we just close the lid and we'll wait. I don't know how to get, because I have light. Maybe like this. It's gonna take about 40 seconds to suck everything out. We're getting on 26. So it goes to vacuum. That gas it usually skips because we don't have gas sealing and cooling. We're all in the green zone. We're all doing good. And there it goes. So 8 more seconds. I like how it sucks air out. Well, actually, like it's sucking air out right now, and right now it's sealing right here and cooling, and now it let air out. I mean in. It let air in, and it opens. And when it lets, because it created the vacuum, and when air comes in back in the chamber, it seals it. That's how it looks. Nice. And you heard it, right? So yeah, Darth Vader, his name. So now I'm gonna do all my pieces like that. All right, all my meat is packed. It has writings on it, which one smoked, which one is not. And now it's gonna go to refrigerator for 10 to 14 days, probably 14 days. And it's gonna be flipping every couple of days. I'm gonna flip it from one side to another. All right, time for me to go put it in the fridge. All right, and I'm back with my pork belly, which we're gonna make into salad. Not like 100% salad, but. And today's what, 25th? So yeah, I had it since I did it on 11th, so it was sitting in those bags for 14 days. It's need to take like 10 to 14 days because I was working. So we have, I'm not gonna do it exactly 14 days. So we have 4 slices, which is smoked, and we have 6 slices. I mean, they didn't change look at all, but now it's all nice and cured. So it's all look. Now our next step, we're gonna throw it in sous-vide for about 3-4 hours. Temperature is gonna be 145. All right, I'm gonna take this and kind of sort of show you what we're gonna do with sous-vide, because you know my little corner. So I already have the water running right there. That was my weight before, but I don't use it now. We switch to chains. I already have rack on the bottom. I got this rack because I will try to spice, kind of separate it. And yeah, we're gonna cook it 145 degrees. And my temperature actually dropped when I opened the lid. And I'm gonna try to space them out so they have, each piece have circulation. I'm gonna put a few pieces right here, a few pieces around, because I have to fit them all in there. So, and then yes, I'm gonna throw chain on it so I know for a fact it don't fly anywhere. Well, don't float. So that's what I'm gonna work right now, and hopefully I will be successful on spacing it right. I have to fit it all in this container. And like I said, and we're gonna cook it for about 4.5 hours, I guess. 3-4 hours. No, 4.5 hours. So let me organize everything. Again, my co-star, he is at work, and somebody knocking on my door, so I have to go. So I was able to fix it, put everything in with the rack, so I have the spacing. I have a couple more pieces right there and pieces right here, and they are a little loose, so I have water floating around. It's all to the top now, and honestly I don't think I need any weights, because I'm gonna put the lid on it and it's gonna be covered enough. But kind of looks crowded, but they, trust me, they have spacing. I checked because I don't want it too crowded. But I was able to stand them all up, so water still should be able to move around. There's my lid right here. I'm gonna put that on. Oh my god, it's hard to do with one hand. Ow. The water's a little warm. I'm just gonna do this. Put that on top so I make sure it don't go nowhere. Now I'm gonna keep an eye on it for 4.5 hours. So I hope it's not gonna float, because like I said, it's all up to the roof, so water really to the top. And I'm at home, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it pretty close. Now we're gonna wait for, I put my weight on top so lid don't move, because that gas gonna push it. But temperature is low. It's really not enough to release gas, so I actually never even, the vacuum seals, they never lose the seal either. So we're gonna wait for 4.5 hours. Then when it's done, we're gonna put it in the refrigerator for a few hours. But because right now it's what, 9:30, it's gonna be 9:30, about 3 o'clock. So probably tomorrow when I'm gonna get a piece and we will slice into it. It will be nice and chilled, and we will see the results, and I guarantee you it's gonna be nice and good. Takes a while, but it's easy steps, and results are pretty awesome. Okay, just fished out my pork. It's still a little bit warm. So that's how it looks after it's been in sous vide. It's warm. We have a little bit juices in there. This one is smoked piece. This one is smoked piece. But it's still gonna, and we're gonna cut it tomorrow. I'm gonna put it in the fridge because it's better. It's still warm, but it's good enough to go to the fridge. And here I have my whole pile of that. That's how it looks after it's been in sous vide for 4.5 hours. But now it's gonna be nice. Trying to zoom in right here. See how it is? It's still raw meat pretty much. Well, not raw. Well, it's pasteurized, I guess, but yeah. So those pieces is proceeded in a sous vide. So they worked out a little bit, but they still completely sealed. And like I said, now I'm gonna toss them in a, just trying to find like somewhere where I can see the pretty side of it. Here it is, kind of, sort of. See? That's how it looks. Now in the refrigerator to cool off. And like I say, with us, because I usually try to toss it in for at least overnight, and so it's, what, 4 o'clock right now. I cooked it a little longer because I was busy. And but that's how it looks. Now in our fridge we go, and tomorrow we're gonna open some and try. And pork belly is ready. I already sliced it and made some sandwiches. We just have dark bread, some green onions. So those 4 are smoked. Those just cured. They're pretty much no difference unless you smell it. That's how they both look. Those still in the bags. But that's our final results. Now my mom and I were gonna do some taste test. And but I'm pretty sure it is amazing because the smell and the look, texture, everything came out good. So we're gonna go and try it out. And we did our first test. We eating. It's basically, I mean, we're doing it like really cold shot of vodka with it, but okay, we're not gonna do that. So this one is smoked. You really can taste the flavor of that. You can taste that little smoke in it, and it just right amount. It's not too salty. It's not too, I don't know, too tough, I guess. It's really nice and soft. You can like eat it. It's really nice, like soft, like a butter. That's a sous vide for you. And this one just cured. Still really good, just more to classic version of the Salo. And yes, so I say we have really great success, but of course we're not doing it for the first time. I smoked it for the first time, but the cured we did that before, and yes, so that came out really good. So now we're gonna enjoy it for a while. You can put it in a borscht, will be really great. You can put it, cook it a little bit on a hot pan and just like fry it till all the fat out and it's like little golden pieces. and then do potatoes with it, you know, fried potatoes. So I mean, it can go a long way. It's pretty much you can treat it as a bacon, or like anywhere you can use pork belly, but as just classic Ukrainian or Russian dish, because like I already said, we share our culture and we all enjoy this kind of food. Yes, it's successful and it's really, really, really good.